is for Sandra to remove Ted Miller as president of the Rouge Valley Water District Board. Sandra?
I brought this up at a couple of other meetings, and my reasonings are not just for the way that the meeting was handled on the night of the termination of Ken Locke. Yes, that was basic kind of policy. It was okay to say the things that were said, but it really wasn't okay to say the things that were said. But even more importantly is the fact that I know and have filed a complaint in regards to Mr. Miller making comments out of litigation sessions to other people when we have been told not to. And there were facts that were given that unless you'd been in this litigation, you probably wouldn't have known them. And I don't think that that's proper representation on this board as our president. And that's why I'm asking for the board to remove Ted as president, and one of two things. I would suggest that Kenyon Levitt, who is our vice president, be moved into president. He will be here at least the rest of the year. I believe Carl could do a good job. He did a good job before, but there's a good possibility that Carl will probably at the end of his session with the council would not be here. So those are my thoughts.
Let's see, I guess we would ask for a motion. Do I have a motion on this?
Well, I have a comment.
Okay.
You know, unfortunately, we're all human, and we don't actually do everything that everybody else is going to appreciate or like or do. And Ted was nominated by the board and elected or appointed by the board to be the president. You know what? I'm going to say something probably not politically correct, but we got a president of the United States right now that I'm not too happy with. But I don't know that I'm going to, you know, file a petition to have him removed. You know, the voice of the people spoke, and we'll deal with that for the next 4 years. And that's kind of how I feel with Ted as the president. Is, you know what, he's not going to do everything right, and he's probably not going to do everything that we agree with, but the decision was made. And nothing against you, Sandra, but you also made the motion at that same meeting to have it stay the same, which would put Ted as the vice president, which if the president's gone, he's going to run the meeting, and he's going to do, you know, so I just don't think that it's going to accomplish anything by changing Ted as the president. He's still going to be on the board. He's still going to make his comments. He's still going to vote the way he feels is right to vote. That's just all I have to say.
I have a couple comments.
Okay.
You know, Carl just alluded to the fact that after last meeting we kind of shook hands and agreed to get along, and then this is on the agenda. So I don't know that this is an attempt for getting along. My other comment is, if those allegations are true, let's get some affidavits, let's get some proof, and let's act on that. I'm not a big he said, she said type of guy. So if there's evidence out there, let's have it. You know, I've known Ted for quite some time, and I know when Ted served on this board a long time ago, he wasn't very popular because he took some unpopular stances. But he did what he felt was right on the water board, and he served on this water board, and he's done, in my opinion, a good job. Can he be a bull in the china closet at times? Yeah, I agree. But you know, Carl, I felt like at times you were a bull in the china closet too. I think you both kind of have dominant personalities, which, you know, is fine. So I'm not in favor of removing Ted as president. I don't see any reason to. Ted has my support as president.
I guess I'm looking for a motion. Seeing none, I guess this item dies for lack of motion.